Your attention, masters, mistresses. All systems functional for the Everything Geek podcast.
Hey, this is Rich McDonald, and I play Commander David Mason on Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And you're listening to Everything Geek podcast.
It's James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Master Plo Koon in Star Wars The Clone Wars, and you're listening to Everything Geek, the podcast.
Hey, it's Leif Gaffert. I played Uncle Ben's killer in The Amazing Spider-Man, and you're listening to the Everything Geek podcast.
Hello, I'm Simon Fisherbecker. You probably know me better as Dorian Moldovar from Doctor Who, or the Fat Friar from Harry Potter. And this is Everything Geek podcast.
Face it, Tiger. You just hit the jackpot with the Everything Geek podcast.
You're listening to the Everything Geek podcast, bringing you interviews from your favorite films and TV shows every week, and all of the latest news. Here's your host, Ruari Williamson.
Hello everyone, this is Ruari Williamson of the Everything Geek podcast, presenting my interview from LeakyCon with Afshan Azad, best known for playing Padma Patil in the Harry Potter films. Enjoy. Hello everyone, this is Ruari Williamson from the Everything Geek podcast. I'm here at LeakyCon with Afshan Azad. How are you today?
Good, thank you. Tired, but good.
Yeah, conventions make us all feel like that, I think.
Yeah, they do. Long days.
For sure. Are you enjoying the event so far?
I am. So much fun. A lot more chilled out than the other conventions that I've been to. But yeah, it's been really fun.
And because we're here at LeakyCon, I have to ask you, what has been your most memorable encounter with a fan over the years?
Over the years? I just love coming to these conventions and meeting fans that have travelled so far just to come and see us. I gained so much satisfaction in seeing their faces, and even today I met a fellow Bengali girl who had come from the States, and she was here, and we were talking to each other, and it's just nice to see people all over the world. I think that's great, and see how much Harry Potter has touched them in the years, and their journey with Potter and hearing all of that. So I think there's not been one particular moment, but just seeing how far people travel to come and see us is mind-blowing to this day. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they're even coming from the States, to Dublin, just for a Harry Potter convention, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is. I kind of said to her that I'm going to be in the States next week, so she could have come and seen me next week. But I guess she's got her own plans. But yeah, it's incredible when you think about it.
For sure. Can you tell us how you were originally cast as Padma in Harry Potter? Yeah,
so I was 15 in secondary school, and my teachers at every morning, they read out the announcements, and we had casting agents from a big Hollywood film, as they called it. They didn't tell us it was Harry Potter. They didn't tell us anything. So I went to an all-girls school. Predominantly were Asian, and they told us they were looking for 2 Indian-looking or Asian girls. The whole school auditioned. Everyone went after school, and we were all intrigued, and the word on the grapevine was, it was Harry Potter. Obviously, I was a huge fan reading the book, so I was like, I need to go. It's got to be the Patil twins. So went to the audition, got selected, first round, second round, third round, fourth round. Then obviously we got told it was Harry Potter. Come to 12 auditions later, where they then moved the auditions from Manchester, my hometown, to London. They cast me, I feel like in their head they did, and then we went round to look for a twin. So I was a bit confused in the sense that were they looking for 2 twins? Because they were identical twins at the audition. So I'm never going to get it. These 2 sisters are going to get it. I don't look like anyone in here. Cut a long story short, in the last audition, Mike Newell, who was the director, paired me and Shafali up, and even though we looked nothing alike, he said that the chemistry was great, and he'd rather have 2 people that could act than 2 people that looked alike and couldn't. So I feel like that was important to him. And then when we actually got cast, it was on my 16th birthday. They gave me a call. It was the best present ever. And they hadn't told me whether I was Padma or Parvati yet. My mum still didn't believe me at this point. She was like, no way have they chosen you. I have no acting background whatsoever. But I think it was real when I first went on to set. And they still hadn't told us who we were playing until they realised that I was actually taller than Dan. And so on the Yule Ball, I couldn't actually dance with him without it looking really weird. So I think that, yeah, they said, sorry, we've got to pair you as Padma, we've got to put you as Padma, and put Shfali as Parvati because she was shorter. And so, yeah, I mean, I found out later they auditioned 7,000 people for my role, and I'm just so lucky. I guess I was just at school at the right time. I didn't bunk off school. So, yeah, always go to school because you never know what's going to happen.
For sure, 100% for sure. And you mean you just can't beat that as a birthday present being cast in Harry Potter?
The best 16th birthday present. I mean, everyone asks, how was your sweet 16? I was like, I think I had the best. Come on. I remember I was on the phone and I was eating at the time and I dropped my plate. And my mum came running down like, who's died? I was screaming on the phone. Bless Fiona Weir, the casting agent. I think she heard me screaming for about 5 minutes. She was like, who's died? My mum was genuinely terrified that something bad had happened. I was like, I got the part. Because my mum, throughout the whole audition process, she never kind of bigged it up in any way because she was like, if I get too excited and I don't get it, at that age, she didn't want me to feel really upset. So she was like, oh, look, whatever happens will happen. Don't get too, ahead of yourself. And then when I eventually did get it, I was like, see? So, yeah, it was just really, and I couldn't tell anyone. That's the thing. I couldn't tell anybody at school. So can you imagine a 16-year-old going in the next day to school and not telling everyone that I'm about to be in Harry Potter? So I think that was more harder for me than anything else.
When were you allowed to tell anyone? Was it like days later, weeks, months?
Months. It was months. We had to wait till the read-through and then the press got hold of it. So kind of I didn't have to tell anyone at that point. But yeah, because a lot of new characters came in Goblet of Fire, so I think it was a total leak on all the new characters and who the actors and actresses that got the roles. So that's when it came out, and I remember my best friend being absolutely fuming at me, like, how could you not tell me? But yeah, I couldn't tell anyone.
Yeah, makes sense. Now, you mentioned you were a big fan of the Harry Potter books before you were in the films, and sometimes, of course, scenes get cut from films. Were there ever any scenes from the books that were going to be in the films that were cut that you were in?
Yeah. I mentioned yesterday there was a scene with Professor Trelawney, and it was actually really, really... I loved that scene, filming it. The set was really intimate, really nice, and I think for my characters as well in the book, the Patel twins have a really nice bond with Professor Trelawney, and that, it's their favourite teacher. And there was a scene where Emma Thompson, Professor Trelawney, she had a vision about the Dark Lord, and I know it was mentioned a few other times in the films, but it was this prominent scene where it went on, and it was so powerful. And to see Emma Thompson at work, the way that she plays Trelawney is so good, but it wasn't in the film. And I don't know, for me, I was a bit gutted, but yeah, that wasn't in the film.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Which would you say was the most challenging scene to shoot in any of the films?
There were long scenes, which not necessarily is challenging, but kind of, wow, like some scenes went on, like the Battle of Hogwarts went on for a number of weeks, and it's challenging when you're not actually doing anything and you're stood there in the back just to be a part of the battle. The Room of Requirement scenes were only challenging because it was like a sauna in there. It was so hot. And also when I was screaming in the Great Hall in Half-Blood Prince, I think it was Half-Blood Prince or Deathly Hallows, I constantly had to scream once Voldemort kind of got into my ear. I don't know whether you remember that scene in the Great Hall.
I think that was Deathly Hallows, actually.
Yeah. And it was just challenging because I lost my voice halfway through doing it. So I actually had a stand-in screamer who would scream for me whilst in rehearsals, so that I didn't have to scream, which was quite nice of the director to save my voice. But constantly screaming, yeah, got screaming on point. Yeah.
Stand-in screamer. Everyone gets paid for anything these days.
I know, kind of lucky in that sense, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And now, as well as portraying Padma in the films, you also got to voice her for the Order of the Phoenix video game. Was that challenging? What was it like seeing yourself as a video game character?
I have no neck. In my video camera, I have no neck, and everybody, all my brothers, everyone takes the absolute mickey out of me because the whole process of creating the character was incredible. I mean, it was my first kind of video game experience, and it's insane what they do. I mean, we stood in like this 3D scanner, and the attention to detail is amazing on the character. However, I have no neck, and that's the only thing I have against my character. But the whole experience is great, and we did the voiceovers to it, and just little characters running around helping Harry, and it's so much fun. And I guess it's one of them things that I'll keep forever to show my kids one day and be like, I was part of a video game. But yeah, apart from me having no neck, cool. It's really cool to have that and to have my own Lego. I think that's the coolest things that I could possibly ever get. So yeah.
That's just wild and no neck.
I know.
Yeah. If they remastered the game, they could probably add the neck just for you.
Just for me, I know. I'm just kind of going around with no neck, like, hi, Harry. But I think that's more something that I realised. I don't think anyone else would realise it, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What is your favourite memory from your time working on Potter?
Oh, I have so many favourite memories. Obviously, getting the role. My first day on set was probably one that I'll never forget. I mean, I think dream come true is like an understatement, especially when you are such a big fan and you're finally on set with these actors who you've looked up to and kind of starstruck by. But as cliche as it sounds, it's the memories and the friendships I've taken away that's the best, and it's the memories that have happened off screen that are my most memorable, because we used to go out so much after work, and it's work to us at the end of the day. And I was a 16-year-old living from Manchester, living in London, set free in this world that I could never have imagined, in this bubble that was just insane. But I've made friends for life, and none of my friends from home, none of my friends will ever understand what I went through, apart from, my fellow friends that are cast members. Yeah, and just like all the advice from the adult actors and everything. So I've got so many memories that I'll take away for life, yeah.
And my final question for you, do you have any upcoming acting roles or any other projects you would like to talk about?
Well, for the time being, I've kind of given acting a knock on the head, but I'm looking at the more presenting side. I've just done a show for the CBBC channel, and hopefully that's going to open a few more doors for me. So watch this space, and hopefully my YouTube channel will be out soon as well. So yeah, I've got a few interesting projects coming up. Yeah.
That's great. Well, good luck with the presenting in the future, and thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you very much.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of the event, of course.
Thanks a lot.
Make sure to check out our podcast links. Check out our website, www.everythinggeekpodcast.com/EGP. Check out our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/everythinggeekpodcast. Check out our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/user/everythinggeekcast. Check us out on Twitter, twitter.com/everythinggeekp. Check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/official-everythinggeekpodcast. Check out our Mixcloud profile, www.mixcloud.com/everythinggeekpodcast. Email us at the following email, everythinggeekpodcast@gmail.com. Check out our companion podcast, Everything Geek Comiccast, www.facebook.com/everythinggeekcomiccast. Make sure to check out the hosts' YouTube channels. Mine is www.youtube.com/user/Sepidus Check out Afshan Azad on Twitter, twitter.com/Afshan_Azad, and check out channel 1138 where we broadcast live from, www.channel1138.com. Geeks out, everyone.
Oh, so I was the little alien that got killed off at the beginning. So Attack the Block, I've got to say, was the best workout I ever had. The costume was half my body weight, and I had to...
2003, and I had a really great experience working with David Yates in that. The TV drama won 8 BAFTAs, if I'm not wrong.